And the next sutta is number 33, Mahagopalaka Sutta, the greater discourse on the cowherd. Thus have I heard. This sutta, I think, is also found in the Anguttara Nikaya 11.18. Thus have I heard. On one occasion, the Blessed One was living at Savatthi in Jeta's Grove, Anathapindika's park. There he addressed the monks thus, Monks, noble sir, they replied, when a cowherd possesses 11 factors, he is incapable of keeping and rearing a herd of cattle. What 11? Here a cowherd has no knowledge of form. He is unskilled in characteristics. He fails to pick out flies' eggs. He fails to dress wounds. He fails to smoke out the sheds. He does not know the watering place. He does not know what it is to have drunk. He does not know the road. He is unskilled in pastures. He milks dry, and he shows no extra veneration to those bulls who are fathers and leaders of the herd. When a cowherd possesses these 11 factors, he is incapable of keeping and rearing a herd of cattle. Let's stop here for a moment. So if a cowherd, he wants to keep and rear a herd of cattle, he must know these 11 things, because he has to buy and sell cattle, and he has to take care of the cattle so that they prosper and multiply. So the first thing, he has no knowledge of form. I guess he does not know how to distinguish the form of this cattle, whether they are strong or weak. For example, if you want to buy good cattle, you must be able to know the form, whether they are strong or weak. Buy the strong ones. And he's unskilled in characteristics. Probably, he has to trade in cattle. When he buys, he has to know what is a good breed, what is bad breed. If he buys cattle or bad breed, then he's not going to make much money. Thirdly, he fails to pick out flies' eggs. These flies' eggs, I guess, when this cow or bull, they have a wound, the fly will come and lay eggs there. And then if he doesn't know how to pick out the flies' eggs, the maggots will slowly eat the flesh, and the flesh becomes bigger and bigger. So the cow or the bull may die. So he has to know how to pick up the flies' eggs. He fails to dress wounds. When the cattle has a wound, he has to know how to dress the wound. He fails to smoke out the sheds. I guess the cattle sheds once in a while has to be smoked out, so that maybe the bacteria or the insects, whatever, kind of disinfect the place. He does not know the watering place. If he brings out the cattle to graze, he must know where to look for water. He does not know what it is to have drunk. So he got to know when the cattle have drunk enough and move on. He does not know the road. If he brings the cattle out, he must know the road, where to go and all that. Unskilled in pastures. That means he does not know where you have good pasture, where you have poor pasture. You got to be able to bring the cattle to good pasture. He milks dry. That means when he milks the cows for the milk, he must not milk dry. He must leave some milk there, at least for the calves. He shows no extra veneration to those bulls who are fathers and leaders of the herd. Those old bulls, must take special care of them because they are the fathers and leaders of the herd. So when a cowherd possesses these 11 factors, he is incapable of keeping and rearing a herd of cattle. So too monks, when a monk possesses 11 qualities, he is incapable of growth, increase and fulfillment in this Dhamma Vinaya. What 11? Here a monk has no knowledge of form. He is unskilled in characteristics. He fails to pick out flies' eggs. He fails to dress wounds. He fails to smoke out the sheds. He does not know the watering place. He does not know what it is to have drunk. He does not know the road. He is unskilled in pastures. He milks dry, and he shows no extra veneration to those elder monks of long standing who have gone forth, the fathers and leaders of the Sangha. And how has a monk no knowledge of form? Here a monk does not understand as it actually is thus. All material form of whatever kind consists of the four great elements, and the material form derived from the four great elements. That is how a monk has no knowledge of form. I'll stop here for a moment. This form, rupa, refers to material form, and material form in the Buddha's teaching consists of four great elements, earth, water, fire, wind. This earth, water, fire, wind is not exactly earth, water, fire, wind. It's just characteristic. Earth refers to the hardness element. Anything that you feel, you perceive as hard, that is spoken of as the earth element. Water is liquids. That liquids have the characteristic of tending to cohere together. Because we have water in our body, so our body has a certain shape. If we were to take away all the water in our body, we become dust, and we will crumble. We have no form. So there's water, and then earth, water, fire. Fire is the heat element. Wind is the motion element. Although in the suttas we talk about the physical matter and mind. But actually, if you look carefully, this physical matter consisting of the four elements actually is a kind of perception. The perception of hardness, of form or coherence, and then the perception of heat, the perception of motion, all perceptions. So it is not something, because it's a perception, different people can have different perceptions. For example, on a certain day, you might feel hot. I might not feel hot. So your perception is different from mine. So you notice, because it's a perception, actually perception is a type of consciousness. So even the physical world is just a perception. It's just a type of consciousness. So that's why the whole world, including the physical world, is actually mind-made. It's mind-made. So for example, if a person had extremely bad karma, and was reborn in hell, and he goes into hell, he finds hell very hot, everywhere, flames. But if an Arahant were to go and visit hell, Arahant goes into hell, he does not feel hot. So everything is mind-made. Okay, the second one. How is a monk unskilled in characteristics? Here a monk does not understand as it actually is thus. A fool is characterized by his actions. A wise man is characterized by his actions. That is how a monk is unskilled in characteristics. So here it means this monk, he cannot distinguish between a foolish teacher or a wise teacher, or a teacher cannot distinguish between a foolish disciple or a wise disciple. So this is unskilled in characteristics. Just like the cowherd, he does not know what is good breed, what is bad breed. Number 3, how does a monk fail to pick out flies' eggs? Here, when a thought of sensual desire has arisen, a monk tolerates it. He does not abandon it, remove it, do away with it, and annihilate it. When the thought of ill will has arisen, when the thought of cruelty has arisen, when evil, unwholesome states have arisen, a monk tolerates them. He does not abandon them, remove them, do away with them, and annihilate them. That is how a monk fails to pick out flies' eggs. Stop here for a moment. As I mentioned earlier, flies' eggs on the body of this cattle, if you don't remove them quickly, they will hatch into maggots, and the maggots will eat the flesh and kill the cattle. So in the same way, just like flies' eggs, and these unwholesome thoughts, if we tolerate them, they will proliferate and then eat away all the goodness in us, and all the spiritual good in us will die out. So we, just like the flies' eggs, we have to know these unwholesome thoughts have the potential to to do a lot of harm to us. Number 4, how does a monk fail to dress wounds? Here, on seeing a form with the eye, a monk grasps at its signs and features. Even though when he leaves the eye faculty unguarded, evil, unwholesome states of covetousness and greed might invade him. He does not practice the way of its restraint. He does not guard the eye faculty. He does not undertake the restraint of the eye faculty. On hearing a sound with the ear, smelling an odor with the nose, tasting a flavor with the tongue, touching a tangible with the body, cognizing a mind object with the mind, he grasps at its signs and features. Even though when he leaves the faculties unguarded, evil, unwholesome states of covetousness and greed might invade him. He does not practice the way of their restraint. He does not guard the faculties. He does not undertake the restraint of the faculties. That is how a monk fails to dress wounds. Stop here for a moment. Here, our 6 senses are always attacked by these objects of the senses, forms, sounds, smells, taste, touch, and thoughts. So, because they impinge on us, just like a wound, they can fester. So we have to guard our faculties. So don't see too much, don't hear too much, don't smell too much, eat too much, etc. So for example, when you go Pindapata, don't look everywhere. Suppose when you go Pindapata, supposed to put your eye just 6 feet away from you, look down. When people offer you food also, and don't look at them in the face, unless you know them very well. Number 5, how does a monk fail to smoke out the shits? Here, a monk does not teach others in detail the Dhamma as he has learned it and mastered it. That is how a monk fails to smoke out the shits. So here, the Buddha is saying that a monk should teach the Dhamma to others. Whatever Dhamma Vinaya he has learned, he should teach to others, so that he has we have a healthy Sangha. This in fact the Sangha of wrong views. Number 6, how does a monk not know the watering place? Here a monk does not go from time to time to those monks who have learned much, who are well versed in the tradition, who maintain the Dhamma Vinaya. And he does not inquire and ask questions of them thus. How is this venerable sir? What is the meaning of this? And these venerable ones do not reveal to him what has not been revealed, do not clarify what is not clear, or remove his doubts about the numerous things that give rise to doubt. That is how a monk does not know the watering place. How does stop here for a moment. So the watering place is a place where you can quench your thirst and drink water. In the same way, the watering place for monks is learned senior monks who know the Dhamma, who know the Vinaya. So if you don't know, you should go to these senior monks and clarify your doubts. How does a monk not know what it is to have drunk? Here, when the Dhamma Vinaya proclaimed by the Tathagata is being taught, a monk does not gain inspiration in the meaning, does not gain inspiration in the Dhamma, does not gain gladness connected with the Dhamma. That is how a monk does not know what it is to have drunk. Stop here for a moment. So, if you listen to the Dhamma and the Vinaya, you should gain inspiration and be glad and appreciate. There are some people, they maybe what is called the roots are too shallow. They don't have the what later books call the paramis, the good qualities. So when they meet the Dhamma, they don't appreciate that the Dhamma is so valuable, so good. There's nothing more valuable than the Dhamma. So they are not glad. They don't get inspiration in the Dhamma. This is like the cattle. The cowherd doesn't know what it is to have drunk. How does a monk not know the road? Here a monk does not understand the Noble Eightfold Path as it actually is. That is how a monk does not know the road. So this is the spiritual road, the Noble Eightfold Path. How is a monk unskilled in pastures? Here a monk does not understand the four intense states of recollection as they actually are. That is how a monk is unskilled in pastures. A monk's domain, a monk's pasture, the Buddha says, is the four satipatthana. The four satipatthana. We should put our attention always on either the body or the feelings or the mind or the Buddha Dhamma, these four objects of recollection. So we don't stray out of these four objects that is staying within our pasture. How does a monk milk dry? Here, when faithful householders invite a monk to take as much as he likes of robes, alms, food, resting places, and medicinal requisites, the monk does not know moderation in accepting. That is how a monk milks dry. So, too greedy for these offerings, a monk milks dry and later he will not get any more. How does a monk show no extra veneration to those elder monks of long standing who have long gone forth, the fathers and leaders of the Sangha? Here a monk does not maintain bodily acts of loving kindness, both openly and privately towards those elder monks. He does not maintain verbal acts of loving kindness towards them, openly and privately. He does not maintain mental acts of loving kindness towards them, both openly and privately. That is how a monk shows no extra veneration to those elder monks of long standing who have long gone forth, the fathers and leaders of the Sangha. When a monk possesses these 11 qualities, he is incapable of growth, increase and fulfillment in this Dhamma Vinaya. So this last one is that a younger monk should always maintain loving kindness through acts, speech and mind towards senior monks, the fathers and leaders of the Sangha. In a Buddhist country like Thailand, they have this long-standing tradition. So the duty of young monks are to serve the older monks. Like for example, Samaneras have to serve all the monks, and then the young monks have to serve the senior monks. So it's very common in Thailand that the young monks sometimes they massage the old monk, even bathe for him, and then when he comes back from Pinapata, they wash his feet, take away his robe to dry, wash his robes for him, and serve him in many ways. All this is showing extra veneration to the senior monks. Monks, when a cowherd possesses 11 factors, he is capable of keeping and rearing a herd of cattle. What 11? Here, a cowherd has knowledge of form. He is skilled in characteristics. He picks out flies' eggs. He dresses wounds. He smokes out the sheds. He knows the watering place. He knows what it is to have drunk. He knows the road. He is skilled in pastures. He does not milk dry, and he shows extra veneration to those bulls who are fathers and leaders of the herd. When a cowherd possesses these 11 factors, he is capable of keeping and rearing a herd of cattle. So too monks, when a monk possesses these 11 qualities, he is capable of growth, increase and fulfillment in this Dhamma Vinaya. What 11? Here a monk has knowledge of form, he is skilled in characteristics, he picks out flies, eggs, etc. So this reverse. A monk who has knowledge of form understands the four great elements. All material forms consist of four great elements. A monk who is skilled in characteristics understands a fool is characterized by his actions, wise man is characterized by his actions, and a monk who knows how to pick out flies' eggs when thoughts of sensual desire, ill will or cruelty have arisen, he does away with them, evil, unwholesome states of mind. And then a monk who knows how to dress wounds, he guards his six senses. He does not grasp the signs and features of the sense objects. And then a monk who knows how to smoke out the sheds teaches to others in detail the Dhamma he has learned. And a monk who knows the watering place goes from time to time to learned monks to learn the Dhamma, the Vinaya. And a monk who knows what it is to have drunk, when he listens to the Dhamma and the Vinaya, he gains inspiration, gains gladness. A monk who knows the road understands the Four Noble Truths. A monk skilled in pastures understands the four intense states of recollection, the four Satipatthana. A monk who does not milk dry when he is offered requisites, he knows moderation in accepting. And then lastly, the monk shows extra veneration to the monks of long standing by maintaining acts of loving kindness to the body, speech and mind to them. When a monk possesses these 11 qualities, he is capable of growth, increase and fulfillment in this Dhamma Vinaya. That is what the Blessed One said. The monks were satisfied and delighted in the Blessed One's words.